Hello, everyone, and welcome to Whiskey Tango Television. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Grey Goose coming at you here in a base of operations, and I am standing at my stash. We are going to discuss something that I've brought up a couple times before. I've responded to some people on Twitter about it, even the devs. So hopefully they'll take my idea. It's been in a couple of previous videos, but it's only been a real splash. I know stash space has been on everybody's, hot topic. They all want more stash space, and it kind of makes sense with all the new gear sets and everything coming into the game with TU10 and the new raid. So as you can see, we're already at 300. I only have 236 in there, and our inventory stays the same at 100. Now, mods and everything counts towards stash space. Okay, and even in your inventory, you have a separate 100 for mods, and then you have 100 for your gear. Now, if you have a lot of loadouts, I don't have that many. I think I have three maybe that I use on a reg. Okay, so you got to carry that gear with you, and that eats into your stash space, like my inventory space. I'm usually in the ballpark of 35 to 50 items in there at all times because, I use different things, and I mean, as you can see, there's a total of 13 items here, and times three. I mean, that's 39 slots right there, and I'm only carrying an extra 10 with me now. Um, I kind of came up with an idea on how to rectify the situation without them giving us any more stash space. Okay, what I propose is that they take gear mods and skill mods out of the game as they are now. Okay, they move them to be like our weapons. Okay, you find a blueprint for that item, mods and miscellaneous, and once you craft it, it's yours to use over and over again, as many times as you want. Okay, for whatever pieces you want. Once you craft them all, they're yours. They're locked in place in your crafting station, and they're always here to use. They take up no space whatsoever. But what that would do is that would free up a ton of space without actually having to do anything. I mean, again, if you look here, I have 107 mods. That's half my stash space on just mods. And granted, I could go through here and clean it out, which I really probably should, considering I have 107 here and I think 95 in my inventory. 93. Okay, so what they should do is they should just make three or four options for every mod slot and put them in the blueprint as a blueprint. And then we learn it and it's ours, just like what they did with the talents and the attributes in the recal station. Okay, now what that would do is that would free up 100 spots in our active inventory. Okay, so now your inventory as it sits now would be 49 out of 200. Okay, so you can carry 200 spots in your inventory, and that would free up all this garbage in your stash space. So that would take 107 spots in my stash and make them open and available for other gear that is really more important to hang on to. I just think that is like the simplest option, and it'll make everybody happy. You take three or four variants of every mod that's currently in the game, and you put them on blueprints, and we find them in weekly projects. We find them in clear control points, or heroic control points, or challenging control points. They can drop in, final boss missions. Could drop a blueprint if you don't have it, and I just think that would make things so much cleaner and smoother. And you just reuse the mods as you need them. You only need three or four, and then they can just be stored in the crafting bench or even the recal station. It doesn't matter at that point where they store the mods. So, to me, that is just a no-brainer, super simple solution that would just free up massive amounts of space. So now your inventory again would be out of 200 because they can give all this 100 space to regular gear. and then the stash space would be freed up because you're not storing mods anymore. We shouldn't have to store mods, especially when we have options like we already have in the game currently. I mean, you don't even have to learn them all. Let the blueprint lady have them. That's what she's there for. I mean, she's not even utilized, being used, because at this point of the game, we're into year two. Everybody's got the blueprints. Does anybody even talk to this chick anymore? I mean, that's why every time you run by, she's always talking because nobody goes over and talks to her. Okay, I'm sorry. I just kind of went off on a little rant there. But that's going to be it for today's video. If you like the video content, please drop a like because it will really help with the YouTube algorithm and get this video out there to everybody to see and get behind so we can maybe promote change within the division on something that's just super simple. Again, if you like the video and the content, just please subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you in the next one. This is Grey Goose signing off. Peace.